Hi, my name is Eric Foley. I'm the faculty director for the Business Sustainability Strategy Certificate Program in the MBA. I'm also the Director of Sustainability and an instructor in Management and Organization for the Smeal College of Business. Excited to share with you this new certificate program we have. So we'll jump into it. Here, the 3 points we're going to go over briefly today. Why Business Sustainability Strategy Certificate? Why have we created this? An overview of the 3 courses. It's a 3-course, 9-credit program. Explain to you the 3 courses, the key concepts. This really is a great program that goes with any other sort of business function or job that you may have. So excited to share with you the courses and how it can connect to other business functions and job types. And then finally, we'll close up with who this course is really for and with some resources at the end for you. So why Business Sustainability Strategy? So you might remember or have been exposed to these Where's Waldo books. If you're familiar with Where's Waldo, books like this and posters and page after page is filled with all kinds of complexity like this, and you're supposed to find Waldo. And Waldo is a man with glasses and wearing a red and white striped shirt. Do you see Waldo? Well, I'll help you out here. He happens to be in the bottom left-hand corner. I was never really good at finding Waldo. I needed quite a lot of time to find him in this. I bring this up because a lot of people think that sustainability is about one of the many words and terms and concepts maybe in a grab bag of things like solar panels or recycling or organic food or plug-in hybrid vehicles or something like that. And sustainability is really much more than that. It's really about seeing opportunities that others miss. What you'll learn from this program, kind of the master skill, is that really looking at your business through an environmental and social lens, just in the same way that we saw Waldo in that complexity, you'll start to see opportunities for value creation that we just never saw before. There is a more formal definition that we have for sustainability, and we use the one from the Financial Times here, that business sustainability is defined as managing the triple bottom line, a process by which companies manage their financial, social, and environmental risks, obligations, and opportunities. There's another part of this definition which is really important, which I won't go into in detail, but just highlight a few things, that it's ultimately about kind of this long-term resiliency to change and being able to adapt to changes in our regulatory environment, the natural environment, the social environment, and so forth. And that ultimately economic value is tied to the health of ecosystems and the strength of the surrounding communities. The old way of looking at business, the old kind of worldview, was that really that the natural environment and that human communities are really kind of just inputs of labor and natural resources. We would make stuff, and then the outputs would be, products and services. We didn't really think too much about the health of the natural environment. And frankly, sometimes even the human communities, it was much kind of get cheap stuff in and make products, and didn't think too much about the waste on the other end because there were just so many resources. Well, we're in a different place now in the worldview now that we have in business that really informs how this program was developed and how it's taught, is that business's success really relies on the health and well-being of of society and of the environment. And the former CEO of PricewaterhouseCoopers famously said, businesses cannot succeed in societies that fail. So that kind of indicates some of the philosophy that's in this program. And Senator Gaylord Nelson famously saying also that all business is a wholly owned subsidiary of the environment. So this represents really, there's also not just a set of skills that you get from this program, but really a change I think you'll find in worldview that's very important. We like to say here that sustainability is the leadership competency of the 21st century. No matter what industry you're in, no matter what sector you're in, as much as artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, mobile technology are having a disruptive effect on everything that we do in our daily lives and in business and in government and so forth. The same is true for social and ecological forces, and resource constraints are having the same disruptive force. So to be a leader in this space, you've just got to have this as part of your skill set. So what is in the courses? So the first of the 3, you can take them in any order, but this would be our recommended order, is a course called the Sustainable Business Strategy. And in this one, essentially, you get to learn how do you create a sustainability strategy for any kind of business or organization. You learn some exciting frameworks for strategy and planning, some of the key players and policies that are out there, business models and so forth. to develop a sustainability strategic plan tied to the core strategy and mission of your organization and business. The second is really now how do you sort of execute that into the supply chain and operations functions of a business, looking at kind of new exciting concepts like circular economy and closed loop systems in particular. And then finally, it's really about executing an organizational change. Execution, organizational change, always a struggle. 70% of most change efforts fail in organizations, as you may be aware. So that we've added this third class in recognition that sustainability is at its heart a change leadership effort. So who this course is for, really lots of different kinds of students. So I'm not going to read all of these, but everything from students who maybe have had a traditional job and want to try something different, students who just want to understand kind of this as a future trend that'll touch all job types and functions and industries, those working in consulting, those who want to rise up in different levels of leadership in organizations for which really, strategic thinking abilities like this, where you're able to think kind of laterally across the organization and outside the organization across the interests of different stakeholders, such as those represented in the area of sustainability. These are the kind of students that are usually very, very successful and engaged in this kind of program. And I was one of these kinds of students, by the way. Perhaps like you, I was older and going back to school after having worked, and I had some small kids and got my MBA working and then studying part-time as well. So I know what it's like to be in your shoes. Last point is I want to make is that sustainability it's not a standalone thing. It's always combined with other things. It's very contextual. So depending on what your work is right now, sustainability will have a part to play in your job right now. Or if you take advantage of these other programs that you see here in business architecture, accounting, and so forth, finance, entrepreneurship and innovation, project management, you'll see that sustainability ties very nicely to those. And here's an analogy for you that I think is helpful. When you add an app to your phone, that app is running on an operating system. Or it could be an Android operating system or an iOS operating system. So sustainability you might think about as running on another operating system. It's best when run on a supply chain operating system or an accounting operating system. So what kind of operating system can you run sustainability on to further give that particular business function or job greater purpose, impact, and overall performance? So I hope that I've helped you understand the Business Sustainability Strategy program, get a sense for what's in those three courses, some of the key concepts that come out of this new exciting area, and who this course is for. There's a lot of complexity out there, a lot of issues, a lot of challenges as we get more and more people and fewer resources. We've got a lot of technologies, though, to bring to bear to address these issues. And we're convinced here that we can find the Waldos, the opportunities for value creation and innovation, and that business can really be the solution to these social and environmental challenges that we face. Here's some resources for you to follow up. I'd love to hear from you if there's questions that you have about the program. You can also check us out online and look at our blog where we've got a lot of free resources at triplebottomlion.com. And I just want to end with two students who I think are emblematic of the kind of impact that this program has, one in finance and one in supply chain, who have linked their careers to this topic and for greater purpose, greater impact, and I really think too organizational agility. It's really helped them be successful career-wise in terms of their value to their company. So thank you so much for your time today. I look forward to speaking with you about the Business Sustainability Strategy Program in the OMBA. Thank you.